Good evening, everybody. It is actually Tuesday instead of Wednesday, but I guess Eli wanted to stream on a Tuesday. So I guess that's a little Tequila Tuesday. It's a little Taco Tuesday. If you haven't had your tacos, I had some shrimp tacos. But yeah, guys, welcome into Odd Rhythm Fantasy Sports. We got Eli over there, and we have Jordan JDA Sports with us tonight. Um,
Hello.
yes, how's it going, guys?
It's going good here.
Good, good, good. Oh yeah, Eli, make sure you join our mock, or you won't be able to mock with us, man. I think
Yeah,
he
yeah.
froze.
I noticed that. I've had a long, interesting day here. I could go for some of those shrimp tacos though. You're making me hungry. Uh, try to join this bad boy. Yeah.
That reminds me, we don't start at 7:10. We start at 7 o'clock just to make sure, you're the
I'm
military guy
fashion.
over
I'm
here.
fashion. Fashionably late, as you can see, rocking the old school KG jersey here. Wish he'd come
But
back.
I mean, I don't know where you get these things. I never see these things in your outfit tours or outfits. Also you just pop out with this an old school jersey. It's like, what the hell, man? This guy's holding out me.
I got to keep it fresh here. Special edition of the show. Doing mock draft 2 weeks in a row. I mean, one wasn't good, bartender. 2 shots of this, so you're getting double the dose of the mock draft. We thought it'd be kind of cool. Last week was pretty fun. So, brought Mr. JDA himself, Jordan. He's back with us again, and you know what? It was down between him and Anthony. Anthony's our old buddy, and he uh he likes to cancel on us last minute. So Jordan's always there to fill in that spot. So we appreciate having him. But yeah, this should be a fun night. Two QB snake draft. Be similar to what we did last week, but a little bit different. So you guys can see different formats, and never hurts. You're and it doesn't hurt to join the Discord either. Lots of interesting stuff going on over on the Discord. Lots of characters. A lot of the various people that have been on our show and comment on our stuff are all on Discord. Jay gets a lot of his commentary and thoughts over there. So, and if you haven't listened to the show, obviously if you're new here, that's great. But you know what? We have plenty of content. We got stuff in the archive. We got shows, going back quite a bit, almost a year now. So go check them
Oh
out
yeah.
on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. Spotify is a personal favorite of mine. I know Jay loves that. We're moving on. Jay even told me in a text message we might be on TuneIn. We on TuneIn?
Yeah, dude, I like we're in
We on?
TuneIn, we're in Audacity and Podbean. I haven't even heard of any of those. I was just doing a random search the other day, and I'm like, when did we actually like sign up for those? But I'm like, sure, hey man, if our content's out there, sure. Hey, if you're on TuneIn, check us out on TuneIn, Audacity, if you're out there, and Podbean. I guess we're all over there too. So I guess if we're on Podbean, go over there and check us out too. But hey, our main ones are Apple and Spotify and Google. So I guess some extra outlets out there. I guess crazy.
We've been selling ourselves short here. Who
Yeah, I
knows how
guess
long
so,
we've been
man.
on Podbean and TuneIn and
Right?
I've been everywhere, man. We're everywhere. Let's see here. Let's see the old we got here.
While Eli is while he is actually getting set up here, um, we actually wanted to jump in with some. I wanted to jump in before we actually get going here. Um, I don't know if anybody of you guys heard, but Alvin Kamara, he actually pleaded
This
no
moron.
contest. Yeah, he completed no contest, but I think he was trying to plead some. From what I was reading here, that he was pleading to a lesser charge. He also then he's also got to pay 105K in medical bills to the defendant, and he's got some public service, so he'll have to do. I can't remember how much they said on that. Maybe 30 hours, 50 hours. I don't remember exactly how much that was offhand. But there is still he can still be disciplined by the NFL. So who knows? There's even though this could sound, well, it sounds like his case is settled. It sounds like he can still be just disciplinary from the NFL yet. So it sounds like he can still be suspended yet. Who knows? It could be if it's 5 games or not 5 games, 6 games, 8 games, a year. You just don't know yet. So I mean, I guess hopefully we'll find that out here pretty soon before training camp starts out. Well, we want to know all before we start even drafting too. This will help us out in the long run. If he's out for 7 games, well, hey, then we can skip him, maybe get him later on in a draft or whatever. So, but what are your guys' thoughts?
I think I'll start first. You know what? He's going on his 7th year in the league. I already thought he was declining after last year. And oh, there's Delilah. Oh, she's in the she's behind you.
Yep.
she's trying to distract me. No, but he's already on walking on thin ice in my opinion, and it's just more nonsense. These running backs that are Joe Mixon similar. No, they're very similar. Kind of similar production, similar age, similar. Just. If I'm the Saints, you know what? I know if they weren't the favorite to win this division this year because the NFC South is so bad, the Saints are probably the favorite with the they got a good defense and Derek Carr coming in. I cut bait with the guy. I really do. Kamara, he was one of the best backs in the league, a few years ago, and now it's just the decline and he's had off. That's why he was that's why he fell in the draft in 2017 is because he had off the field issues. I mean, this guy's been a bad character for a lot of years, as a human being. So it doesn't surprise me. And if I were to guess, I'd say 4 games. I'd say he's suspended for 4 games.
I think it might be 6. From what it sounds like in most cases.
Okay, they're gonna lay the hammer down then. Damn.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sure they will. I mean, I think you can kind of anticipate that. I think it'll be at least 6 games. Jordan, any comments, man?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be more than 6. I think it'll either be 4 or 6. NFL doesn't like giving too long of suspensions unless it's gambling. That's the only thing they're really worried about, I feel like.
Yeah, it seems like it. Yeah, I mean, hey, don't be going out there gambling because hey, you can get a year-long suspension or even a cut from the team.
Yeah.
You could beat up random people in the streets, beat up your woman, do all these different things, but just don't gamble. Don't put that bet down on the MLB game. It's more hypocrisy from these clowns and. If Jay thinks a little more, probably a 6-game suspension. I'm thinking 4, but I'd cut bait with him. I don't think going forward. I don't think he's worth the trouble. He's not Alvin Kamara, top 5 running back anymore. I mean, he can't get away. Yeah. He can't get away with this stuff. He makes too much money. Makes too much money now. Going on his 7th year. I mean, the Cowboys. I mean, Zeke. Zeke's always kind of been a interesting character, but I mean, the Cowboys cut bait with Zeke. I mean, what in some of these other teams, I mean, the Giants won't sign Saquon to a long-term deal. Saquon's never been in trouble off the field. So there's other running backs of, similar production, similar age that aren't either getting long contracts or are getting cut. And I'm just like, he's not what he was a few years ago. And I hate hearing about the guy because every time you hear about him, it's not about a 6-touchdown game anymore or a 4-touchdown game or something crazy. It's always off the field stuff with him now. And it's just, he's not worth the hassle in my opinion.
And he's only 28 years old. So, I mean, couple more years and then he can be considered, running backs once they hit their age 30 that they're, kind of over, they're kind of washed up over the hill kind of thing. So in turns, I mean, you might have one more good year out of Kamara. I mean, he's still their lead back. I mean, they drafted, was it Kyrene Miller or something? One of those 2 guys in their in their freaking draft here last year. I know it was Miller. I just can't think of his name.
I think it's Kendra.
Yeah, Kendra. Yep, you're correct. Yeah, so they drafted him last year, and so if Kamara is suspended, he will actually see some time. So I mean, if we get that suspension early enough, Miller might be rising up here pretty damn quick in mock drafts. One more quick news.
Can't do the time. Don't do the crime.
Right.
It's my PSA announcement for today.
Yep. One more quick news here.
Heed my advice.
Right. One more quick news. Darnell Mooney, he actually is he might be ready for training camp. He had that broken foot. He should be ready to go or broken ankle, whatever one of those two things are. But from RotoWire, if Mooney said Sunday that he's feeling good and is ready to roll for training camp. So it sounds like Mooney might be, he's coming back. He should be ready for the year. And I guess it will be between Mooney and Claypool and DJ Moore.
Yeah, I think Mooney. Honestly, I think he's the slot guy. I think DJ and Chase on the outside, and put him in. That's going to help Justin Fields. Obviously, you got to have a healthy Cole Kmet. Got to have a healthy DJ, and the fact that Darnell Mooney's probably going to be ready for the start of the season for sure. Possibly for the preseason training camp is great news for the Bears because they need all the help they can get.
Yes.
But
I think that Mooney might be a good guy to kind of sleep on, kind of watch, and we can kind of go from there and kind of see what happens.
Sure.
But anyways, I know everybody's is here for a 2 QB mock draft. Oh, just to be aware, I actually did a 3rd round reversal because I'm a little curious into how this 3rd round reversal works because I heard about it, so there's gonna be a 3rd round reversal up in here. So yeah.
Okay.
I don't even know what that is, but bring it on. Let's do it.
Right. Alrighty. I think I got everything set up. Alrighty, let's get this draft on the road. Oops. Need to get this thing shared on the screen. Boom. Alrighty. Sounds good. And we'll get this bad boy on the road. Alright. Eli we are underway. McCaffrey, Jefferson, and Eli is on the board. That's kind of surprising to see McCaffrey in a 2 QB. McCaffrey, Jefferson.
Yeah, especially going number 1, and
yeah, that's a given.
I think it's interesting here because I'm not gonna be picking again until the 22nd pick. So really need to think this out here. Do you want to go Kelsey? Do you want to go Chase? Austin Eckler's not bad here. I'm staying away from Cooper Kupp. You know what? We'll mix it up. I took Jefferson last week in the mock draft. You know what? I'm going to mix it up a little bit. I'm going to take Austin Eckler here at 3.
Alrighty. Ooh. You know what? Let's see here. I am going to go. Well, we got Kelsey, Cooper, Tyreek Hill, Bijan, Stephon. I think I am going to. You know what? Since this is, just a 2 QB mock draft. No, I don't want that. I don't want that there. What the heck? I just want to draft a guy. I want to draft Kelsey
here. See what Donovan's thinking.
So we had after Kelsey, we have Robinson, Tyreek Hill, and we'll see what Big D is going to pick here. He was kind of wondering. He's like, Are we this draft starting? I'm like, yeah, we'll be starting here real shortly. We were just hitting up some quick news so that everybody can kind of get some news before a mock draft and whatnot. So Robinson is the third. Oh, so Bijan is the third running back off the board, and we had 3 wide receivers off the board. First tight end off the board as well.
Let's see. I say Donovan. Knowing him as I do,
He'll probably
I'm gonna
either
say
go.
he goes Dig. I think he goes Diggs here.
Hopefully it doesn't take him too long because yeah, we're streaming here and yeah. So yeah, I'm not much sure how many people are gonna be viewing or whatnot, but in the meantime, yeah, everybody, we're live here at Otter Rhythm Fantasy Sports. Our Discord is actually in the description below, so come join us down there. Hey, come join us in the comments section and whatnot. So if there's anything in this mock that you guys seen that are just a little bit different, or I mean, especially in 2 QB mock here, yeah, just come down, leave a comment below. I mean, we'll get to your comments. I haven't. The other thing is I haven't seen a review yet either, so. Maybe somebody can leave us a review, and maybe we can get it live on our next stream next time. It looks like I might have to just pick for this guy because I don't have forever.
we might have to make up some like fake aliases and just do our own reviews.
Right? That's a given.
Fanboy 95 says you guys rock.
Right?
I think Donovan. I think he stepped out to get a hot dog or coffee or something.
Well, let's see here. Should we just that I think that'd be kind of rude. Maybe I should just plug in.
I got done late, and I'm still took some coffee. I was trying to wake up from my cat nap, just trying to get like locked in here. Bear with me. Bear with me here.
There we go.
Josh Allen here.
Oh, Josh Allen off the board before ooh.
Okay, I think I'm gonna have to go with a little bit of reach, but
CD.
I'm gonna go to the ground with the wide receiver.
Oh.
Oh, Mahomes! God damn it!
Yeah,
Jalen.
Mahomes hurts off the board. Oh, since this is a 2 QB league,
yeah.
I gotta get Joe Burrow up in there.
Let's see, Devontae or Garrett Wolf. A quick turnaround here. Still get Lamar.
Yes, this is a 3rd round reversal. So.
Yeah, we'll take. That's what you're talking about. Okay. Son of a bitch!
That's why
Son of a
bitch!
I was curious to see how it kind of worked or how this kind of panned out because I've been kind of hearing about the third round reversal a little bit. So yeah, it's kind of like So I was kind of curious to kind of see how this would work out. How it pans out. So I mean, if you're, if one did have this in their league, 3rd round reversal, would you rather have the 1st or 2nd, 3rd pick, or would you rather be more towards like the 7th or 12th pick in a mock draft like that, or actual draft? We're just doing a mock here, So it kind of like makes you wonder: would you sort of maybe I guess it all depends on where you land, or even if you're doing a startup and whatnot, where it might end up being in that draft. Say you finished, So I mean, if you actually finish first and you actually finish first and you got the last pick, that will actually work out
Yeah.
to your advantage, especially in a mock like this. Oh, it's my turn. I think
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with Herbert.
Yeah.
So I have no wide receivers, no running backs. So I actually went back to back QBs. So this might hurt me a little bit in the long run, but I think there should be some good depth back there. I mean, I might not have any highlight, wide receivers right now, but I'm gonna win the course with the QB rankings right now.
Yep. Still got my guy. Yep.
Oh, we got Trevor Lawrence. Ooh, now let's
I'm
let's,
not a
let's see what's up.
Fields fan. As you can tell.
Hey, you should have went with Fields, man. It would have racked you up. It would have racked you up some nice points. But I went with Walker.
Yeah.
So we have quite a few running backs off the
He's
board
one
here.
ACL. He's one ACL away from being done. Like his whole thing is his legs. He gets hurt. He doesn't offer much through the air. I don't think his receivers are going to help him.
I know. I think it's gonna be a little bit of change. I think everybody's gonna be kind of down on them. That's when you probably want to be on some of these people, like Claypool was. He kind of came in later on in the year. So he wasn't really acclimated with with what they were doing. So this off season, everybody can try to get at least a good rapport down. And I don't know. I think the Bears can be a sneaky team this year. It's hard saying.
I'm wondering what Team 2 is doing. 4 receivers. I mean, they're damn good, but
yeah,
man.
this is just a crazy mock right now. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't go any running backs until the third round. I got Walker, or in the fourth round, I got Walker. It just might hurt me in the long run a little bit, but I mean, I know now my QBs are wrapped up. My tight end position is secure. I mean, I probably won't even. I mean, I might take one more tight end in the later rounds just to have a guy for bye. Kelsey will be in my starting lineup for the rest of the year.
Yeah. And I'm going to take a running back I really like here. I know without Dalvin Cook, he averaged over 15 points a game, I believe. So I'm taking Alexander Madison.
Ooh, that's not a bad pick there. Madison will be kind of in that Dalvin Cook role, and Ty Chandler will be actually in that Madison role. So he'll probably third down. That'll dump offs here and there. So I mean, Ty Chandler later he might. I don't remember where he went in some of our other mocks. He might even went undrafted. I'm not sure exactly offhand, but I think he was probably drafted. If I go back and take a look, I'm pretty sure he was drafted.
And then I'm gonna take.
I don't buy Madison as a 1. I'll believe it when I see it.
Oh no.
I don't think Madison's a 1,000-yard number 1 bat. I don't see it.
Yeah, it's hard saying. I mean, with the weapons I got, I think Madison will be he could be a sneaky 1B.
Yeah, I'm liking Madison just because of the stats he has without Cook playing, like games with Cook injured or so forth. But here I'm gonna go ahead and take a quarterback. So I have the Cowboys quarterback wide receiver stack.
Ooh, Dak and Lamar. It's not bad.
Yeah,
not bad.
Oh,
I took Pierce. I knew it. I knew Donovan would do that.
Yepers.
First him.
So in a third round here, or fourth round, we had Ridley, Madison, Cooper, Hawkinson, Aaron Jones, Justin Fields, Mixon, Walker, Travis Etienne, Trevor Lawrence, Keenan Allen, and Samuel, all taken in the fourth round. Then in the fifth round, we had DJ Moore, Dak, we had Drake London, we had Swift. I'm not a fan of Swift. We had Dameon Pierce, Watson, Hopkins in the fifth round. Ooh, I better get myself a wide receiver here. And I think, do I take Terry McLaurin or the Judge Judy? I like both of these guys here, and I think I'm just gonna have to go with McLaurin.
I like that nickname. I like that nickname you came up with, Judge Judy.
Yeah, we can think of him as the judge, the commander, and who knows what else.
We'll make a little graphic. He'll have one of those old school like wigs that the judges used to wear, and he'll have a gavel in his hand.
Right?
Then we'll have Russ on one side and Javonte Williams on the other as his bailiff.
Here we go.
Man, quarterback. Not a lot of value here at quarterback.
Well, you have to remember this is a 2 QB league, so I'd
Yeah.
rather.
Well, it's too high. I think it's too early to take Deshaun Watson.
I mean, to
right
me,
now.
for me, I would take him in this round just because then I rather like in the first probably like 4 rounds, I'd rather have most like my 2 QBs wrapped up. So then you can have later on if you kind of then you want to find a guy maybe in the 8th or 9th for your bye weeks. But that's just me. I'd rather wrap up my QBs. I know I'm gonna have elite QBs right away. You know, because you can always pick up wide receivers, or you can find a because once you get
I don't think
with,
Watson's. I don't think Watson's any. I don't think he's any better than Kirk Cousins. I'll be honest. I don't think there's any difference. I think Kirk like where they have, like similar stats. I think Cousins has better weapons. Obviously,
he has better weapon. He does have better weapons.
I don't think there's any difference. I mean, just the
Watson has
process here. Looking at some of the.
If you think about it, Watson has rushing upside compared to instead of Kirk Cousins. But
you know what? I'm gonna reach a little bit here because I don't trust Kittle. Kyle Pitts, I think, is a 1-year wonder. We're gonna go Goddard here. Get the tight end down.
So he had Goddard, Kittle, Sanders, Pittman with swing pass, Cooks, and now Eli is back up for his pick.
I don't like any of these running backs that are kind of in this bubble here.
Donovan says, "Sorry guys, trying to coach and draft. Hey man, it's all good. Stuff happens.
Double duty tonight."
Yep. We're making him work a little bit. Sorry, Donovan.
Yeah. Man. Yeah. You know what? You got to go. There's nobody else here that I trust. I'm gonna go Jerry Jeudy because I could probably get Kirk Cousins next time around if Watson's gone or Tua.
Yeah. Let's see what running backs here. I mean, I don't really like any of these guys. I don't like James Conner much. I mean, I'm sure he'll get the work. I'm sure he'll get some work up in there.
I don't either.
Let's just go with James Conner, just because I know he'll be kind of the main back there. I mean, even though I don't really like him, but for him going in the 6th round, I guess for me that's good enough. I mean, I don't know who their backup is offhand. I didn't get that far, so we didn't get to that preview that far. But it's just one of those things. I'm not a fan of most of any
Cardinals.
Arizona Cardinals. Yes, I just don't like any of them really all too much. So it's just I just think
icky.
they're just a bad team overall. I just don't. So I mean, James Conner, he'll get the carries, he'll get the touches. I'll be fine. If I did come to that, I might draft him. But if I maybe started out a little bit differently, maybe gotten a little bit better running back at the beginning, maybe I wouldn't be in this kind of issue. But I mean, these are all the facts of doing a couple of quarterbacks early.
Yeah, no, it's just you see how things play out, and it's kind of. Because you're going to have drafts like this. I mean, if you guys are part of multiple leagues, you're going to have drafts that have AI. You're going to have you're not going to always have everybody live ready to draft. I mean, you're going to have people that auto draft or computer. So it's good to see this variety here. But you know what? We had 8 more spots open. We had 8 of them. I'm no math major, but that's a lot.
It's only 3 of us.
Do this again. We need everybody to join up, and I know people are busy. It's weekday night, but damn. But
Well,
hey,
Jordan,
that's
which
more
way,
for us,
right?
because AI, they're not thinking this through. I mean, they'll end up the 8 teams that don't have any quarterbacks. They're gonna end up in a world of hurt. They're gonna end up with like Kenny Pickett and um, who's another bad quarterback, like the rookie from Tennessee. Who am I thinking of?
Oh, you're talking
Guy that
about
can't play. Guy.
I was-
Oh, Will Levis. Yeah,
there we go.
Will Levis will be one of the AI,
Uh,
8 team quarterbacks.
well, all right. So Jordan, what are you looking at here?
Well, I think I'm gonna take my running back 2, and I'm gonna try to take a running back 3 on the turn. Falls, and he did fall, so I went with Rashad White and Pacheco. I like both of those running backs. Both are running back 1 on their team. And Rashad White's a little bit questionable since they got Edmonds, and Edmonds could take some of the load, but I like Pacheco a lot for sure. I like Pacheco as my running back too.
All right, it's my turn now here. Let's recap real quick. After I took Connor, Mike Williams, Kyle Pitts, Christian Kirk, Tyler Lockett, Godwin. Jordan took Rashad White, Marquise Brown off the board, Ayuk, and Isaiah Payaco. We had our 6th or 7th tight end off the board, Darren Waller. We had Mike Evans, Traylon Burks, Deontay Johnson, and Team 6 took my freaking wide receiver, Jordan Addison. God dang it! But that's all right though. Ooh, where do I go here? What I know I might. No, let's see. What's here? Kamara. I don't like any running backs here. All too often or all too much.
Could use a receiver.
Yeah, let's just go with George
Yep,
Pickens here, and I like Pickens. Maybe on my swing pass, I could probably get see what happens here after this. Maybe I'll try to pick up another wide receiver or try to see what's there for running backs because I don't like there's running backs I didn't really like in that round.
You know what? We'll because I still think there'll be somebody there. Because I got a quick turnaround here.
I'd be looking at QBs here. I mean, it's next thing you know, they'll be coming off the board.
I am, but I have a quick turnaround. I can still get a QB in 5 picks. So it's like trying to maybe look at a flex here, see what the best available. Javante's kind of a risk here. I like Dotson from Washington. Let's see here. Richardson, I don't think he's gonna pop. He doesn't have enough weapons, and he's too raw. I don't think Richardson's gonna pop his first year. He's more for keeper dynasty, long term. Tua, you know what? There's nobody. I'll take Watson.
He actually took Watson. Oh my goodness, I'm surprised you didn't take Tua.
Deshaun Watson.
Because Tua's got more weapons than Watson, but I mean, I guess these two guys could be almost comparable. I mean, Tua's got some great weapons, and Watson's got some good weapons as well too.
Yeah. Tua's got better weapons, but I mean, like I said, the risk with Tua, if he plays, he's Pro Bowl level quarterback. Things break a few ways. Possible MVP candidate, but things go south and he only ends up playing 5 games. Deshaun Watson, when he's not like sexually molesting women in massage beds, he's always on the field. He doesn't get hurt. Like that's the one thing about Watson. He doesn't, he's not always the most productive guy, but he never gets hurt. So you don't have to worry about that. He's gonna be there like all the games. So that's the one benefit. Let's see here. Receiver. You know what? I like Dotson. He's a nice compliment to McLaurin. So we're gonna go. Give me a 4th receiver.
Since I need a little bit more running back help here, I'm gonna go with a rookie here. It's a little bit high, but actually, you know what? Nope. I'm gonna go Quentin Johnson.
Ooh! I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, I got some, Quentin he should come in, hopefully be maybe a wide receiver 3. That's my hope anyways. I mean, you got Terrell Williams, got Mike Williams, and you got freaking Keenan Allen up in there. And actually called these guys, the 3 towers. I mean, these guys are tall, linky. Quentin Johnston's, he's a little raw, but I mean, he hasn't really seen a lot of press coverage. So hopefully he can kind of learn some of that, press coverage, so his routes doesn't get bumped off. So hopefully Quentin Johnston can be a nice rookie this year. That's my hope anyways.
Yeah, well, there's no corners that could check him in the Big 12. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. The SEC. That's the conference. If you really want to challenge somebody, have some good, especially LSU, have some good Pro Bowl level guys that can challenge these receivers. But yeah, you're not gonna That's the one thing about these Big 12 receivers when they come in. It's like you don't know how they're gonna handle being stuffed at the line, how they react to that. So Richardson going there, Gibson. Gibson had a solid. You know what? He had a solid year as a backup to Brian Robinson. So that's not. I don't think that's a terrible pick. AJ Dillon, same thing. Solid backup.
Yeah, not bad at all. I mean,
Njoku. I like Njoku there.
Yes. Let's see. So let's recap here real quick. Pickens, Kamara, Watson, Jamal Williams, JSN. Then we had Montgomery, Tua. You picked Dotson. We had Dillon. I did Quentin Johnston. Then we had Anthony Richardson, Gibson, Njoku, Juju. Then we have Kirk off the board. So now, Jordan, you're up, man. What you looking at?
I'm wanting to go with my third wide receiver here, and this guy right here, if he can stay healthy and do even 80% what he did in his prime season, he's going to be a great pick here. I'm going Michael Thomas.
Not bad.
Oh, Michael! Oh, Michael Thomas! Michael Thomas sighting! Oh!
And I'm going to go with another wide receiver here. A lot of people liked last year, but he didn't live up to expectations. Maybe he can this year. I'm going to go Gabriel Davis.
Man, you're loading up on those wide receivers, man. Whew. He's got some 2 top guys. That's not too shabby, man. It's a nice, good start there. He's got a couple good quarterbacks. Running backs are questionable, but I mean, hey, it's a good start though. I mean, I think this guy he's got some good wide receivers. Will rack up some points. That's a given.
I got to put on the thinking cap here. Donovan, right? Kadarius, Tony.
He picks Tony, and so I went the last couple picks here. Ooh, good gosh, I don't know which direction.
Get some value. I honestly, man, I'd take your third quarterback here. I'd go Russ maybe.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna actually in this round needs more depth. I'm actually gonna go with Sammy Perine, just so that I have that.
Perine's nice. He might even start, man. With Javon, you never know about Javonte's health, so Perine might actually, he might start the year as the RB1.
Yeah, and that's a given.
With that advice given, I gotta go Russ here. Go with my third quarterback. Snag him.
No, you can't have Russ, man. He's my guy.
I just did. Why did somebody take Kyler Murray? Why?
That's the AI for you, man. Come on now.
Kyler Murray's as useless as basketball cleats. What is this?
That's the QB1 right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So only one QB.
This will be a YouTube short right here. This team won. He spends his first quarterback pick in the 10th round on Kyler Murray. I know where he's finishing. I know when we do the post-draft review, I know where he's going to be ranked at. Right at the bottom.
Ooh, there we go.
Uh,
And Jared said draft.
I digress here.
Is
know what?
Isabel all right? I can't even say his name now. I'm gonna Jamie boot this one. He was the Pittsburgh guy last year. Yeah, I think Isabel would be a guy to Isabel or I can't think of his name offhand now. I think he'd be a later guy that you could probably get at the
Isabella.
Yes, Isabella. Yep. I think he's the guy you could probably get later in the draft, more than likely. But I know a lot of us are curious of how when a lot of these training camps get started, say who is progressing upwards or going downwards, because this will play a lot of effect. And I had a lot of last year my mock drafts or not my dynasty end up having the third running their third depth chart running back offhand who stepped up here a little bit last year, and he might be on the outside this year. But anyways, let's get to this here. Ooh,
On the outside looking in.
yep. I don't like it. I don't like
picks here.
Yeah, there's Courtland Sutton, Rashad Bateman. You know, I don't know. I might try to get another. I don't know. I'm kind of confused on which way or which direction I want to go here, just because I don't like any of these. I'm not a fan of any of the wide receivers here, running backs. I just still don't. I'm not liking any of these. Ooh, actually, you know what? Here, let's go this direction, just in case I'm actually going to draft Kendre Miller, just in case that
Ooh.
you know, yeah, Kamara is actually suspended this year. So I guess getting Kendre Miller into double-digit rounds is not a bad thing. You're not really wasting a draft pick on him, so it's more likely some good value in a way. So, but yeah, anyone that's actually
that's a bold move. I like it. My thoughts on Kamara, this clown. If he didn't have as much equity with the Saints as he does, because he's Alvin Kamara, I'd cut bait with him and I'd make Miller my starter. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or at least the heavy amount of touches. Like Kamara's no good. Where's my pistol at? I gotta go find my clock. I'm gonna be like Alvin Kamara. I'm gonna commit a crime right on camera here. What's the guy from the NBA? John Morant? Is that him? Is he brandishing his piece? Do that too. Charbonnet just went. Khalil Herbert, underrated. I've been saying that for a couple years. Very underrated. Kind of sidekick running back, RB2. A-Chain like that. Let's see, Schultz. Good picks there. Good picks.
So go ahead.
This pick right here, this is one of the reasons I like to go wide receiver early. This running back right here, I really like him. I like Damien Harris. A lot of people are worried that what's his name? Cook's gonna take some of the snaps, but I think Cook's just gonna take the Moss role, and Harris is gonna be taking the Singletary role. And Singletary did get a pretty good amount of touches in the red zone, but if you look at it, Damien Harris is a lot more efficient when it comes to red zone touches. So I think Harris is going to be a good running back this year. Good option. And then I'm going to go with.
He's always good for touchdowns.
Yeah. I'm going to go third here with my third quarterback. I'm going to go with Matthew Stafford.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not used to doing these 3 QB leagues. The only time I normally do 1 QB leagues, and there's been one time I've had 3 QBs, and that was like 2 years ago. I had 3 Raven quarterbacks. It was.
Yeah, 2 QB leagues started here maybe 6 years ago. That's when this trend started happening, and I kind of jumped on that bandwagon. And I've been playing 2 QB leagues for a little while now, and I think they're kind of fun because with 2 QBs starting, you have to kind of adjust the way you see QBs. I mean, do you want to get your QBs early and then you can, fix your team around what you got earlier in the draft? Because, a lot of these players, some of these guys could be dropping. There could be some more better value in the long run, in the end, towards the bottom of the drafts. So I mean, there's a lot of directions one could go. One could, if you want to go running back heavy, but then be less at your quarterbacks. I wouldn't. Myself, I'd rather dip at either wide receiver or running back early, just because I'd rather wrap up the high end elite quarterbacks myself. But everybody's a little bit different. Well, let's see here.
Of course, Jared had to get his 2 cents in there.
Yes, he did.
Hello,
yes,
hello,
he did.
hello.
Yes.
Yeah, why aren't you drafted tonight, Jared? Where you at?
You're probably too busy. Well, let's see here. Which direction do I want to go here now? Because I got
more.
some. Let me look at my roster here quick. I got Joe Burrow, Herbert, and I got most of my RBs wrapped up. Tight running back or wide receivers all wrapped up. Tight ends wrapped up. Now it's just kind of down to your bench players now. So I mean, I better look at QBs here. Ooh, I think I'm gonna take a risk. I don't know. I'm not gonna draft. I'm not keen on Jordan Love yet. I'm not. I want to see more what he does in training camp. Kenny Pickett, second year coming in. He's got some good weapons, not elite, but I don't know. I'm gonna go with. No, I don't want to pop that up. Jesus.
Rock
I'm gonna
Purdy.
I'm gonna go with Sam. I'm gonna go with Sam Howell there with my third quarterback because, I mean, if it comes down to it, this is it's gonna be a dart throw, and I hope Sam can, be as good as he was with UNC. He'll have a little rushing upside a little bit because he did run in with the Tar Heels last year. So, but yeah.
I dip, you dip, we dip. I put your hands up on my hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. Oh man.
Oh, you actually went Kincaid here.
Yeah, back up tight end. I think he's gonna be a stud. Let's see. Running. I wish I could pull a trade down. Like if I could move down to the end of the 12th round here. I don't like any. Algier, like he lost a lot of value, obviously, with Bijan coming in. Elijah Mitchell. They have so many running backs in San Francisco. It's hard to, other than McCaffrey, to like pinpoint. Singletary, he's. Foreman would be the closest thing to a possible starter. Be him, Herbert.
Rashawn Johnson with the Bears is not a bad option either. Or Tank Bigsby with Jacksonville. I actually, you know what? I was actually seen one of his workouts on Instagram. Oh my God, dude! Talk about balancing act. He was holding his hand on the ball while catching other little balls, getting tossed to him. Dude, some crazy workout stuff, man. Just insane. Talk about some good balance too.
He's like the Karate Kid,
right?
About ready to do a crane kick with that kind of balance. They got Elijah Mitchell right now. He's like the projection for him is around this pick here. So, I'm going to follow the experts here, and I'm going to say this is about where he should be taken. I need a running back. You know what? If McCaffrey goes down, he's probably the default starter. So, Conquo going there.
Yeah.
Jameson Williams.
Okonkwo. Not a bit. I mean, that's a good value with Okonkwo in the 12th round there.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to show my queen because there's nothing there.
I think you need a backup. I think you need a backup tight end. I think that's what you need here.
Yep, and that's what I was just kind of looking at. And I'm going to go with Sam Laporta. I haven't drafted him yet, and
I like that Laporta.
Yes,
yeah,
I am.
They've been raving about him in Detroit.
So yeah, I want to draft him. I kind of just so that I can say I drafted him once, and we're down to what, 2 more picks here.
Yes, I was hoping Greg Dulcich fell to me because I don't have a tight end yet, and I like Dulcich.
Ooh.
I tried to wait it out, but I'm gonna go here, and then I'm gonna go another tight end, and this tight end I actually really do like.
Tattoo time.
I like Gerald Everett. I think he's a little underrated.
Going tight end
Yeah.
heavy.
Yeah, and this is and that's not a bad option there. And I think with the way that things are going to pan out down with the Chargers, I think things are going to look a lot different. I think that everything is going to get a little bit boost. I think with the offensive coordinator, I think they're going to be.
Yeah.
They're not going to be quite running back heavy. I think they're going to be more pass heavy than rush heavy. So I think this is going to be a high flying. I think they're going to be scoring a lot of points because you can see what I can't think. Kellen Moore, what he did with Dallas. They were pretty much a high flying, pretty much passing offense. So I think that might change just a little bit. So I think this will be. I think that's something to watch.
Yeah.
So since I don't know, I have a couple more picks left here, and I'm gonna draft one of my favorite guys. I'm gonna draft Chase Brown. So Eli can't take him for me this time. Yes.
I was gonna take him next. You did it. You went there, and it's gonna pay off because I don't. The same way I feel about Alvin Kamara is the same way I feel about Joe Mixon. So yeah, Chase Brown, he's coming.
Yeah.
We coming. Rashee Rice, you know what? Take a receiver late.
How dare you do that to me? I hate you now. I'm gonna ban you from life.
I went there, baby boy. I went there. You know what? I'm not seeing any now that Chase Brown's gone. I don't see anybody. I don't see any running backs here worth drafting. But you got to probably have one of them just as a backup. Guys, this is hard. This is hard. All right, let's go.
Jalen Moore
through the list here, guys.
Jalen Moore, it's not a bad option because if Kamara goes down, or not Kamara, if Najee Harris goes down, I just said that's what I just said. Jalen Moore will be the backup, and he's not even being drafted yet. So Jalen Moore,
the tank still there?
Nope, he is gone.
Hubba.
I like Jerome Ford here a lot.
Eli's not a Jerome Ford kind of guy. He doesn't drive Fords either.
I know you like some Jerome Ford because you took him in last week's mock draft. There, I know who you like.
I've taken him like every draft.
I would say I'll take the safe bet and go and have a number two.
You guys go to the supermarket. You go to the supermarket and there's like 75 different apples and like 40 of them look good enough, but they're all look the same. That's kind of the situation with these like 6 or 7 running backs here. They're all about the same.
Yeah, I would take Jalen Moore over Jeff Wilson and Jerome Ford. Chazé Spears might get some work, but that's kind of iffy. Chuba Hubbard is the other backup. Kareem, we don't know where he's going. Fournette is, Fournette, Kareem Hunt. He's their free agents. Chazé Spears, I'm not sure. Oh, look who decides to show up now. Anthony, a little late to the show, aren't you? But
there he is. He is. I thought I was late. This guy shows up an hour late. Come on now. A little late to the party, big boy.
With all this talk, man, there's a couple other options here too. I mean, there's a couple of guys that I do like here toward the end. Josh Downs, he's still on the board. We had Abanda Kanda, he's still on the board. And there's another guy I could draft here. I don't know. And I
like Jalen Hyatt. I like Jalen Hyatt a lot from the Giants. I think he's going to be a steal.
But I'm going to go Ty Chandler. I'll take the Vikings running back too. Yeah, better late than never. Yeah, I guess. I mean, is that how you show up with all your jobs, Anthony? Just kidding, man.
Well, before I pick,
he comes in dressed up as the Blue Power Ranger. That's his shtick.
I think Team 4 might be a 49ers fan with Purdy and Lance, going both quarterbacks.
Oh.
but
That might be a good assumption there. Yeah.
but
What is
instead,
this?
I would normally go Jerome Ford here, but I think I'm gonna go with another tight end. Actually, I'm gonna go Ertz. I think this is an unpopular take. I think he could be the number one. I think he could be the receiving leader in Arizona this year.
Yeah, and our draft is done, but we'll just go over our main, we'll just go over our quick drafts real quick too, just to kind of see what we like and dislike about them real quick too as well. I know there was quite a few guys that were left on the drafts. I mean, this was a 12. I mean, my 2 QB is a 10-man, so there's always more options out there on the waiver wires. 12-man might be pushing it when it comes to 2 QB leagues. But I mean, that's probably about the extent of good majority when it comes to even super flex teams and stuff like that. So I mean, 12 people is probably the max that you can go. I mean, 14, I don't think there would be enough. Everybody be scrambling for somebody, So I think 12 is a good end to a 2 QB draft. 10 is even better. But yeah, I don't know. Let's hit up your team here, Eli. So running backs, you had Austin Eckler, Rashad Penny, Elijah Mitchell, and Jalen Warren. Those are your four.
I like Eckler and Penny. Mitchell, I guarantee if this was my actual team, at some point in the year, I would probably drop Mitchell and Warren. But
I was gonna say maybe maybe trade Warren. I think he's got good value. I don't think you would drop him. That's me though.
He ain't playing. Najee's gonna be beast.
So Donovan says, "I'll be listening back later. It better be all good things said about my draft." Well, you can count on Eli.
No, you wait till I get to your team. You wait till I get to your team, Donovan. I'm gonna be slurping you up. You'll be like a tasty plate of spaghetti. I'm just.
So
magnificent.
All right, let's hit up your wide receivers here. You got Devontae Adams, Devontae Smith. You got Judy, Dotson, and Rashid Rice for your wide receiver crew.
I like those wide receivers.
I like the receivers. I like the receivers a lot. Devontae, like I said, if anything, he's got one more, solid to upper level receiving year left in him. Devontae Smith, be interesting to see, not having Shane Steichen's offense there, him being the number 2 guy behind AJ, see if that affects his targets at all, having a new OC. Yeah. I love Judy. Judy's the number 1 guy in Denver, but not according to Jordan because he loves him from Cortland Sutton. Dotson, solid 2 with Washington. And then Rashee Rice, like I said, he'll be one of those sleeper receivers where, when Kansas City's in contention week 14, 15, 16, he gets worked into the rotation. You're like, oh, this Rashee Rice. Yeah, you heard it here first on Out of Rhythm. This guy's going to be a beast.
Yep. I think so. I think he'll be. I have to agree. He'll be one of my sleepers for this year. Your QBs, you have Trevor Lawrence, Deshaun Watson, and Russell Wilson.
Love Lawrence. I don't know why he's going below. I get it. Josh, he's not going to go above Burrow, Allen, Hurts, Mahomes. I get it, but you could argue he's right up there with Herbert and Jackson. Like you could argue he could be the 5th quarterback taken. But the other 2 are solid. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, and then is there's anything you want to say, Jordan? Just start saying it and we'll shut up.
No,
start talking, boy.
Only thing I would have done was maybe pass on Watson and grab Jared Goff later on. I like Jared Goff a lot. I mean, he played really well last year, and he got.
I get your point. I thought it was too high, like in the early, the end of the 7th round. I thought it was too high. Jared Goff ended up going like 2 rounds later. So a lot of it's like value too. I mean, you don't want to totally undercut yourself.
Oh yeah, I would agree.
But no, you can make it. A lot of these guys, you can make an argument. I mean, you can make an argument. Jared Goff could be the anywhere from the 9th to 13th quarterback taken for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, and then your tight ends Goddard and Kincaid.
Good tight ends.
Solid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a solid. I'm not gonna put anything crazy A plus or like, oh, this team would win this 12-man two QB championship or whatever.
Yeah,
I
I think
it would need some tweaks.
I think it's a good
It's a
B
solid
plus.
team.
It's a good B plus team in my eyes. Kincaid. Kincaid. We don't know yet what he's going to do. Same with Rashid Rice. Don't know. I mean, I like Jaron Morin. He's just a backup to Najee. If Najee gets hurt, I mean, he's going to be the guy. Eckler is your main guy. I'm not a fan of Penny or Elijah Mitchell. Those guys. I mean, those guys you're probably going to end up cutting in the first week, probably more than likely.
That's coming. Yeah, first run. I guarantee this was my actual team. The first running back that popped that nobody was talking. Like there's always that guy in week 1 or 2. Mitchell would be on waivers.
So let's hit up Big D's team here quick, because Eli, you're always gonna have something to say about his team. So let's
Can't wait.
So his running backs are Aaron Jones, Damian Pierce, Devon Achane, and Tajay Spears.
He fell into that same trap I did, and we all did. Towards the end, you're gonna end up with some guy you're gonna end up cutting. I mean, you're not gonna hit on all 14 picks. That's just not. That's too many. Nobody's ever gonna do that. So I think Spears. Spears would be the one guy that he would probably end up cutting. I like his other Achane. He's good. Achane, I'll let you guys get in, but Achane is going to work his way up. Like I've been saying, a few of these mock drafts, and when we reviewed Achane before the draft, this guy's going to work his way up the depth chart. Just watch. He'll be factored into Miami's offense real quick. And love Pierce. Aaron Jones, I think, was taken. I'm not a huge Madison guy, but I mean, you could argue Madison could have went above Jones. Pierce, don't care so much for Swift. There's a couple. Yeah, I think Aaron Jones is with the off. He's gonna have more. He's gonna have more on his plate now that Aaron Rodgers is gone, especially with a younger, more unproven guy like Jordan Love. So I think Aaron Jones probably a little too high. So his running backs, I'm gonna be the harshest on. But I'll be real kind with everybody else.
Yeah, I have to say, Tajay Spears. He's a late flyer. Just don't know how he's going to work out with Tennessee. It could be. He might be the number 2 guy. I don't know. He might not even. He'll be there. He could be their third down kind of guy, possibly. More than likely, give what's his name a break, which I couldn't think of his name offhand.
Eric Henry.
Yeah, my bad on that. I had my brain actually lost thought there for a moment, anyways. But Achane, I'm curious too. I just don't know where he's gonna fit in with all 3 running backs. But yeah, Damian Pierce should see some good workload. So not, it's a good B minus, in my eyes.
I
wide
agree.
receivers,
Running back, B.
Yeah, running back or not running backs, wide receivers here. He's got Chris Olave, Chris Burks, Kadarius Toney, and Elijah Moore for his wide receiver crew.
Yeah.
I love where he took the receivers and their value and where he found them at. I think he hit on all 5. I mean, especially if the Titans don't get DeAndre Hopkins, Burks is going to be their default number 1. So he's got a number 1 there. Some might argue if Calvin Ridley isn't what he used to be, Christian Kirk could be the number 1 guy in Jacksonville. Chris Olave is the number 1 target with New Orleans. Kadarius Toney, you could argue too, like if it takes Rashee Rice a little bit to get into the offense, and Sky Moore and some of those guys, aren't as good as we think they're going to be, or MVS, or you could argue Toney could have the most amount of targets for receivers for Kansas City, and then Elijah Moore could end up being kind of revive his career as the number 2 guy with Cleveland. So there's a lot of upside with his 5 receiver picks. I like his receiver picks a lot.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't like Toney all that much. If I was him, like maybe if he didn't take a tight end, maybe he could have went on Josh Doxson in that round. He probably could have gotten Michael Thomas. That's just me. I don't like Kadarius Toney myself. I do like Elijah Moore. I like him in that. But I do like the rest. I like the rest of his wide receiver crew. I'll give that a good B plus.
Yeah. Yep.
Uh,
agree.
then his QBs, he has Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, and Kenny Pickett.
A+. Knocked it out of the park.
Yep, that's good. Jordan, got any thoughts?
I like the team overall. I mean, I do. A lot of wide receivers that can hit big. It's something I see.
Yeah, it is. There are some sleepers in here. And then tight ends, he had Njoku and what's his name? Juwan Johnson.
Juwan Johnson.
Yes. Yeah,
I love Njoku.
Yeah.
I thought he could have done better. Honestly, I thought he could have done better than Juwan Johnson as his backup. But then again, yeah. The more now I'm pulling down the maybe not because Gerald Everett was off the board by then. Conquo, Dulcich, Laporta, a lot of the guys we like. Michael, I guess he could have had Michael Maher, but that might have been a little too high for him because he ended up being the last pick, rookie tight end from Vegas. So
yeah,
I think it's a playoff team. If this was actually a real 12-team league, I think this is a playoff team. Not sure how far he could go. Maybe like the Final Four.
Yeah,
I don't think it's a chance. I'll get to my championship team here in a little bit. You might be a little bit interested to know.
Yeah. Let's hit up Jordan's team here real quick too as well. Running backs, he had Addison, Rashad White, Isaiah Piacho, and Damian Harris are his main running backs.
Not a fan. I'll not bashing you or anything. It's
yeah.
White. I think White is the weakest number one running back in the league. If I'm being honest, I think he is and I'm a Bucs fan. I would know that he is the weakest RB1 in the league. Damian Harris, he's got potential. He's he ended up being a steal, honestly, because he's always got that potential to score touchdowns, and Buffalo might, especially with Dawson Knox being out, he might be they always used to look for Knox, in their goal line situations. So either Josh Allen or Harris might get some of those rushing touchdowns instead of the tight end touchdowns Pacheco. I like Pacheco. I know he's kind of banged up a little bit here. He should be ready for the preseason too. Madison, wait and see. Yeah, just see. I think it's an average running back.
Yeah, it's a good C- here. I mean, it's nothing pops out. I mean, if Madison kind of being your lead guy. I mean, Rashad White don't like Damian Harris. He's probably going to be in a committee. And Piak and Isaiah, we just don't know yet. Now, wide receivers: CeeDee Lamb, AJ Brown, Michael Thomas, and Gabe Davis.
Yeah.
I love the first two picks. Obviously, they're going to pop. I mean, these are both probably top 7, 8 fantasy receivers.
Oh, at least top 10.
So
at least top 10, at least.
Yeah, at least top 10. At least top 10. And how many of these other teams? Yeah, maybe team 4 and team 2 are pretty receiver heavy too. But you could stack these two up against anybody. Michael Thomas, I mean, it'd be nice. I mean, he'd be the comeback player of the year. I mean, if he was actually at 30 years old, if he was actually locked in and could do even 80% of what he used to do.
Yeah.
Gabe Davis, I think, is a solid 2. Can't. I'll be nice here. I'll say B+ for receivers.
It's. I mean, I don't like Gabe Davis. Michael Thomas is. This is more of a B-. I mean, not quite an A. I mean, I just don't know about Michael Thomas.
Not an A. Yeah. Not even close to an A. But
so a good B- here in my eyes. I mean, you got a couple lead, a couple lead and a couple wash, kind of some value guys. But let's hit up his QBs here. He had Jackson, Dak, and Matt Stafford for his QBs.
solid. That's the word that comes to mind. Solid. Lamar.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can stay healthy. If
Yeah.
Lamar's healthy, I mean, obviously, yeah, he's top 5 or 6 fantasy QB. Dak, Dak's always usually reliable, so
Yep.
he'll put up top 12, top 13 fantasy quarterback numbers. That's a given.
Yeah.
And then Stafford, wait and see with his health. Yeah, it's just I'd say B for
Yeah,
quarterbacks.
I'd say an A minus. I mean, I like Jackson. I think
okay,
Dak's
okay.
Yep. So I like Dak too. Dak, 'cause I think he's going to turn it around. I don't think he's going to have as many interceptions as he had last year. Last year, I think, was a fluke. I just think that with a little bit of a change, I think he's going to be a little bit more wise. Hopefully, he'll be a little bit more wise with his decisions this upcoming year. So even with the more weapons, I think that's going to help him out. Help him out in the long run. So, yeah, I don't mind it. Stafford, yeah, he's a little bit of a risk, but not a bad if he stays healthy. I mean, Stafford, I mean, he could be an MVP guy. So in the long run, not bad at all. And then his tight ends, Higbee, Everett, and Zach Ertz. Tight end heavy at the end.
For as late as you started picking tight ends, you actually got some pretty good selections there. I mean, you got some good value. Higbee, Higbee's probably got a little bit less. They didn't draft anybody or sign anybody to replace him. So as far as I know, he's still the number 1 tight end and with the Rams. And Everett, he's always going to be solid with that Justin Herbert offense, especially with Kellen Moore being there now. We know Kellen Moore loves his tight ends from his time in Dallas, what he did with Schultz and those guys. Jason Witten at the end. Zach Ertz, let's see if he has anything left in the tank. Just for like the value's sake, you kind of turn chicken shit into chicken salad. Tight ends, I'll give you a B. I'll give you, and I might eat that sandwich you made too, because I'm kind of hungry.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I mean, I'm sure in between there, I probably would have gone maybe another running back up in there. You probably got a little bit better running back value, and the one less tight end. That's what I would have seen. I think you probably could have gotten a better running back in this situation. That's just what I think anyways. Three tight ends toward the end is not too much. It's just hurting him in the long run. I'd rather value either another running back or another wide receiver and only carry. Well, actually, never mind. My bad. Let me back up there. He's got two. So pretty much either he could have gone -1 tight end, which he could have turned that into either a running back or another wide receiver in this, and not carry three of them.
Yeah.
I think in order for this team to, I think it would miss the playoffs. I think it would be like a 7th or 8th, finishing team as constructed right now. It would need some tweaks to get into the playoffs. If it was like a 6-team playoff, for example, 12-team league. But yeah, it's not that far off, and there's always trades you can make.
Yeah,
I think one of those tight ends I think Zach Ertz you would move off. I think Zach Ertz is shot, honestly. So I think you'd probably end up moving off him.
Floor, high ceiling players for sure.
Yeah, it's not bad either. I think Ertz probably would have been a little bit better in that aspect because, with them coming in with a backup quarterback this year, Ertz might be seeing a lot of targets. A lot of people might be off on Ertz, but it's very possible Ertz will see some good high value targets, I think. And well, let's it is. Let's hit up my team for last. All right, so running backs. I have Kenneth Walker, James Conner, Sammy Perrine, something named Miller. Yeah, I'm Miller. Chase Brown and Ty Chandler from
Miller time. Some of your obviously love Kenneth Walker. Him and Charbonnet are going to be a lethal combo. Connor, let's see if he's got anything left in the tank. He's another one of these guys, like Jamal Williams last year and a couple years ago with Damian Harris, where we forget James Conner had 15 touchdowns 2 years ago, so he's capable of getting some goal line action. Perrine, I like him a lot. He could end up being Denver's RB1, honestly, if Javonte or I think the rookie they took, if these guys aren't going to get a lot of playing time initially, coming off injury and stuff.
Yep.
Perine could be the number one guy. Miller could be the number one back with New Orleans, especially if Kamara's out 6 weeks, and I think longer because I'm not a fan of his anymore. And Chandler, he's got some interest. Or I'm sorry, I forgot Chase Brown there. I didn't realize you took 6 backs. Okay, I love me some Chase Brown. I think he's going to be the successor to Joe Mixon, and then Chandler, he's late round flyer like the rest of us. There's a reason why these guys are they're flyers. He could end up. I'm not totally sold on Madison. Maybe this guy ends up surprising us, and he's getting a bunch of touches for the Vikings.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
Running backs, maybe B.
Let's be honest, man.
B.
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, B minus. B
Yeah,
minus.
I'd give it a B. I like the 2 starting running backs, but I'm not a fan of Miller because they have Jamal Williams, and but I like Walker. I like the value on Kenneth Walker a lot. I think he could be a top 15 running back this year.
Yeah. I just think, with Jamal Williams, he's not repeating what he did last year. So I think this is going to be a little bit different story. Let's see here. My wide receivers, Terry McLaurin, George Pickens, and Quentin Johnson.
I think you could have used one more receiver here. I'll be honest.
McLaurin, most definitely.
Love Johnston. Pickens. It all comes down to Kenny Pickett. If he could take that next step, because if he's just going to be a Ryan Tannehill 2021 touchdown kind of guy, then that really limits the ceiling on George Pickens. Just because you didn't take that extra receiver, which I think you could have, over one of the 6 running backs, I'm going to give the receivers just a B, because I think if you had added another receiver, it might have been B+ or A-.
Yeah, I'm stuck between B- or C+. Your 2 starting wide receivers. I like Pickens a lot. I actually do like Pickens. I'm not a huge fan of McLaurin just because of the quarterback, and then Quint. It's not a lot of depth, I think.
Yeah, it is. There's no, I didn't realize that. I probably would have gone with my favorite pick at the end which is Mitchie, and it probably would have gave me at least a little bit more variety at the end. I didn't. Oh yeah, yep. I'm kind of high in him this year, but yeah, it's just one of those things where it's kind of like, just a mock draft. But yeah, 2 QB mock. I probably could have gone another wide receiver up in there, but I didn't. But yeah, let's hit up my QBs. I got Burrow, Justin Herbert, and Sam Howell.
I'm gonna go A on quarterbacks. It would have been A+ if you could have gotten Howell maybe around later, maybe in the 12th instead of the 11th. But Herbert and Burrow, you can't. That's right up there with Donovan's, Hurts, and Allen. With a 1-2 punch. So those two quarterbacks are gonna light it up for you. Definitely an A.
Yeah, I actually give it an A+. I think that's the. It's close between you and whoever Curly is, but for the quarterback duos, Sam Howell, I think he'll be just fine in those weeks, like bye weeks, or if there's an injury here and there. I think Sam Howell, he'll be able to get around 12 points a game. But I definitely like Herbert and Burrow. I think they could both definitely be top 5 scoring for sure.
Yeah, I think so, and that's the thing about it too. When you come to these 2 QB leagues, it's like, do you want to get heavy hitters in the beginning of your draft and be weaker toward the end and kind of lack in either the wide receiver or running back or wide receiver department? Because tight ends, they're always going to vary a little bit. There's always going to be either a few elite tight ends, and then it's kind of be pick and choosing after that, really.
Yeah.
And then my tight end.
Yeah, your tight ends. Oh, go ahead, Jay.
Oh, I was just gonna say my tight end is Kelsey and Sam Laporta.
A+. Love Laporta. He's gonna be Detroit's starter. If not day one, shortly. Laporta, he's got the goods. and obviously Travis Kelsey. Nothing else needs to be said.
Yeah,
Yep.
Travis. I love Travis Kelsey. He what scored 100 more points in the running. I mean, tight end 2 last year. That's
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. That's the
he's a
difference
high-end wide
in
receiver that-
Mark Andrews and Hawkinson. These are no slouches. I mean, these are damn good tight
Yeah.
ends, and he puts them to waste. I mean, that's how good this guy is.
Oh yeah,
He-
with especially with these smaller leagues, there's I mean Isaiah Likely, he didn't get drafted. He is out there in waiver wires. I mean, so there's gonna be a lot of people out there in the waiver wires that even though like I didn't pick I probably could have picked up another wide receiver here. I didn't do that. I went all
Yeah.
running backs. But and these how these mocks go. I mean, you can kind of give or take, but I know a lot of people are doing these 2 QBs or super flex teams, but super flex 2 QB league, just call it 2 QB league.
Yeah.
I'll fight you all day long with it. So, don't contest me when they say super flex is 2 QBs. And Eli is doing some weird Macarena shit down there. But I mean, overall, yeah.
Hey, Macarena. Aye.
But I think that kind of concludes. We kind of went over our teams here
Yeah.
real quick. I mean, other than that, I mean, wasn't a bad or shabby, 2 QB mock. I think it was actually rather intriguing a little bit because everybody's going to draft a little bit differently when it comes to a lot of your mocks, and it all depends on where you're at in your drafts too as well. If you won or lost, so I mean, you could be drafting it at the top or the beginning. So it all just honestly varies on where you're drafting at and who you want.
And it's good, in these mock drafts, it's good to pick different spots. Like last week, I went with the number 1 spot. This week, the number 3. Jay I think you mixed his up. I forget where Jordan was picking last week, but everybody kind of moved a spot or here and there to kind of you got to be in different positions to see what what you do in different scenarios. Like obviously last week I wasn't going to take Austin Eckler with the number 1 pick. It wouldn't have made any sense. But this week at 3, you can argue, okay, him, Chase, or Kelsey. So it just depends on. And same thing with Jay. It's like, okay, well, do I take Kelsey? Do I take Bijan, Josh Allen? So it kind of it all depends on the spot. It's good to do a bunch of these mocks to be in different positions.
And if you think about it, instead of me taking Kelsey, I probably would have went Patrick Mahomes the first round. But I just wanted to try something a little bit different to see what happens.
Yeah.
And that's what I would have did. I probably, honestly, in the first round, in most first rounds, I'm going to take QB first round because I'd rather have QB, especially when you use 2 QB leagues. I'm going to draft QB right off the board, right first. Which either one's there, if it's but.
I think that Mahomes went too low. I think Trevor Lawrence went too low. Yeah. A lot of these picks we're looking at, Burrow, middle of the second, he's got more value than that. Jalen, even, going right after Mahomes. Josh Allen went where he was, probably should have gone. So yeah, there's a lot of guys that were probably 4 or 5 picks too low with these quarterbacks. I mean, yeah, you got like Jay was saying, you got to snag them up. I mean, with these 2 QB leagues, get on the ball. Otherwise, you're gonna end up like Team 1, who's my last place finisher. I need a graphic for this. He comes in last. His first quarterback was Kyler Murray at the first pick of the 10th round, and then he backs it up with Jordan.
But and then these are the algorithms when you think about it. These are the algorithms that Sleeper has, and they were probably going by rankings too. And these are just the downfalls about it. I mean, when you actually do your drafts, they're going to be a lot different, especially when you got people that are live drafting with you, and your leagues that you're in and whatnot. The guys that might not draft something right away or they might wait. So every league is going to be a little bit different, but just gives you an idea of what I would do, what Eli would do, what Jordan would do. So I mean, all 3 different outlooks of different guys on how they're drafting. That's how I see it, I guess.
Well, it's good. I woke up here, man. The coffee finally kicked in, so I was kind of lethargic there for a little bit here. Yeah, sorry we didn't get a bunch of stuff on the scroll. Like I said, it took me a little bit to get going here, but some of the picks, I hope everybody could see that with the graphic that Jay put up. But yeah, some of the other sports news, like I said, we covered Alvin Kamara earlier. There's talk about potentially, expanding the NBA. There's the Kamara news. We think it's going to be between maybe 4 to 6 games of suspension. So that's why Miller, the running back from the Saints, that's why Jamie took him so high, is because you might be on the lookout for him, because he might get a lot more touches than people were initially expecting. The NBA, just a quick note on the NBA, got my classic KG jersey on. There might be an expansion within the next couple years. A team in Vegas, and possibly the Sonics, the Seattle Sonics, might be coming back. Oh, hallelujah!
Sean Kemp, baby, Sean Kemp.
Sean Kemp, yeah, I'm gonna get me a classic. You get a Sean Kemp, I'll get a classic Gary Payton. I'll be the glove.
There we go. Hell yeah, man. Let's do it. But
hey, I enjoyed it, guys. I'm gonna have to hop off a few minutes early. I'm sorry.
Nope, that's all good. Hey,
no, you're good, buddy.
Yep. Give Jordan a follow at JDA Sports on YouTube. He also does have a Discord as well. But yeah, go check out his channel over there. He does just a few small short videos, does some mocks and stuff like that in his own time. But yeah, give Jordan a check out on JDA Sports.
Yeah, I'll talk to you later.
All right, you have a good one, Jordan.
Yep.
Oh no! Nope. Oops,
No!
hit the wrong one.
Ah!
Yeah, we're back. But yes, but
I'm back.
Yeah, just to kind of get everything wrapped up here. Eli and I think next week we'll actually get back into our division previews. We'll get the AFC East rolling. I know some guys are I know there's some guys patiently waiting for the AFC North because they want to jump in and Packers Lions talk. So yeah, they're patiently waiting, and I think we're just kind of dragging our feet just a smudge. So I think they're getting kind of angry with us.
Candidly, I kind of changed my schedules on Tuesdays for sure. So, and it's honestly, it's less prep. I mean, we react to these drafts, less prep for us. But yeah, next week we'll get back to business. We'll make sure that we do a thorough job on starting off with the NFC East, and then we'll get into the North with the Lions and Packers and Bears. Oh my! And then we'll jump over to the NFC South, or do the South first, and then we did the AFC North second, and so we probably keep it in line so you can people can kind of keep it together easier. Kind of expect what we're gonna do. So next week probably be Tuesday again, and like I said, it'll be NFC East the 25th or 26th of July. It'll be the NFC North. The week after that, first week of August, we're going to do the NFC South and my beloved Bucks, and we'll talk some more about the Saints, who we brought up tonight. And then second week of August, I think it's like the 8th or 9th, somewhere in there. We'll polish this bad boy off, and in preseason, it'll just be starting. Hall of Fame game be in that same time span. So, and we'll finish it off with the NFC West. So that's what you can expect from us the next probably 4 weeks or so.
Yep, and my plan is I kind of want to do a couple more shows, especially with some waiver wire, or maybe just a show in between, talk about before some of the weeks, guys that we like or dislike before the week, and just try to help out everybody before once the season kind of gets started. I don't know. I would maybe like to do a review show afterwards on Monday or something like that. I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet, but I plan on I want to do a few more shows during the week instead of just one a week, because I don't think that's going to be enough for everybody. But
if I'm able to, if we're able to, or Jay's able to do one, give some extra content. But yeah, definitely for the divisions though, you can count on at least one a week, and we'll see what we can scatter in there, or even a baseball show. Maybe him and Donovan do a baseball show. Maybe I can jump on with them, or maybe they can grab another guy. So there'll be content coming from us. But the one thing for sure is you'll get at least the next 4 weeks. You'll get at least one division.
Yep, for sure. But yeah, make sure you join our Discord. The description is actually in the link. I'm hoping to plan on growing our the Discord a little bit, get it to be a little bit more chatty. Or chattiful, more conversations in there. It's a growing slowing process. It's a growing slowing process. I don't know.
Progress?
Yes, there we go. Hey, if we get some more people in the group, we'll get Eli in a prom dress, and we'll make sure to put that in the Discord.
Damn right, man. Rock that.
But yes, make sure you also join our Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Pods. And I guess we're on TuneIn, Audacity,
in.
and Podbean, so you can catch us all over, I guess. But our main ones are Google,
Good
Apple,
us,
and yeah. So yeah, make sure you give us a like too. Give us a sub to us. I'm on that route to 500 subs. I want some super chats, and maybe we could start selling some of our own content. Maybe you want a hat or maybe a shirt. Maybe that could be coming down the road. So yeah.
I've been waiting on it from Amazon. You can get your own little patch you can sew on yourself or iron on or something. So I'm gonna be, I like to rock these sleeveless hoodies or shirts like this. I got one coming with the Out of Rhythm logo. So hopefully debut that in the next couple
Ooh.
weeks or so. I'll put that on.
Ooh.
See if you guys like that, or if we can get a hat made for Jay. If we can get a flat bill cap with our insignia on it. I think that'd be a lot of fun, and we'll just see where it goes from there. But we need a review. Somebody, I don't care who it is, because otherwise we're gonna have to start making up fake alien, like I was mentioning earlier in the show. Start making up fake aliens. And we'll just have to be, where'd all these comments come from? Well, they were us. We disguised ourselves and we did it. So we need some review. We suck. Let us know we suck. If you love us, let us know. What either way. This is a DIY grassroots effort. We don't do any advertising. We don't have a bunch of people plugging us on. The Plazo guys are cool and they plugged us, but this is all word of mouth. So it's the only way you guys can help us grow is okay. Yeah. You know what? You can help us grow too, Anthony, by coming on the show. We've invited this guy a couple times. Maybe he'll come on for the NFC South in a couple weeks, because I know his beloved Falcons, they got stuff going on. Bijan, Drake London. I know he wants to talk about that. Maybe some Desmond Ritter.
Yeah. But hey, maybe if you don't get a review this week, we'll just go on hiatus and not have a show.
Yeah. We'll boycott. Yeah, that's the best way.
There we go. Until we get
it's gonna go black. That's what's gonna happen right there.
Until we get a review, we're gonna go on hiatus.
Yep.
But anyways, guys, I think that kind
of gonna
happen. No, but anyways, yeah, guys. So next week you will see a NFC East preview from us, and I think that kind of covers the night. I hope everybody kind of got something from our draft. But yeah, we'll stay in touch with you guys here again this upcoming week. Donovan and I will try to kind of get out a little baseball. Baseball's wrapping up here pretty soon. I know I had a long haul with baseball, so yeah, I might want to talk a little baseball, and I want to get on to football. So yeah. So everybody,
it was an interesting. Also, All-Star games tonight. Home Run Derby was last night. I know
missed
Pete
that.
Alonso from the Mets won it. So yeah, baseball. There's some interesting stuff, especially after the All-Star break. See if there's any trades that might go down before the August 1st deadline. So yeah, Jay and Donovan will be all over that, and of course, Anthony's a slacker. Of course, he's good for a couple weeks, but that's the episode, man. So we're putting you on blast right now. That's the episode we want you on, NFC South.
I'm just gonna trash all the Falcons because I'm not a Falcons fan, so I'm just gonna say nope, don't like them.
Me either.
So, and he'll have to defend his beloved Ravens. Did I say Ravens?
Yep.
Or was it Falcons? Or was it
Bird? They're all the same thing.
They're all
a bunch of dirty birds.
But yeah.
Oh, they're even worse.
Guys. Yep, right. So join us for next Wednesday coming at you. So I think we're gonna bounce. Go get some tequilas, go get some tacos, and we'll see you guys next time. So from Out of Rhythm, I'm Jamie. That's Eli. I think we're going to be up out of here. So we'll see you guys later.